I'm not stopping till I look as good as my great-aunt, legs go all the way up, Griffin. Hey, baby.
Meetings that drown on the importance of mammograms, and things are about to get really crappy here. Get ready to laugh because today we're breaking down and reacting to the quick, unhinged medical scenes and absurd injuries from Family Guy. Let's dive right in.
Look, I even brought Tom Sizemore's Game of Life. Scoop someone's urine from Starbucks toilet to pass drug test. Feels like we should be moving these pieces backwards.
People do try to cheat a urine drug test. They'll use toilet water without any urine. Some people will dilute their own urine. If we're looking for something, it's not because we're trying to get you in trouble. We don't share this information. Just give us a normal sample. It'll help you at the end of the day.
Now I wish I just stayed home and finished my remake of Inside Out.
I'm joy.
I'm sadness.
I'm anger.
I'm disgust.
I'm poo.
When you have poop, it's not necessarily an emotion. Poop! The amount of people that come to the emergency department that have abdominal pain because they ignore their poop signal, and once I explain it to them, they're like, oh my gosh, it clicks. Yes, I ignore the signal. I'm too busy. I can't go to the bathroom, and then I never catch up.
Oh, I need to use the bathroom.
Yay, I win!
What the heck? Oh my gosh. When you get the signal of the pressure down below or you feel like you got gas,
How the hell do they know that I got gas?
that's probably a body signal to sit down and try and go to the bathroom. You shouldn't have to force it. You shouldn't have to push really hard. You should definitely not be passing out on the toilet from trying to strain too hard.
I haven't been this excited since I abused those caffeine pills to get ready for the big show. Everything will be fine as long as I take one of these. Pills? You actually are taking drugs? Stewie, give me those. I can't, Zach. I need them to sing.
Oh my gosh, I actually have seen this episode of Saved by the Bell. Do they make such a thing as caffeine pills? Yes. What is a dose of caffeine that you should stay under? Should be below 400 milligrams in a day.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
I grew up with Saved by the Bell, and it's literally the exact same thing.
I'm so excited!
Stewie is deep in his Jesse Spano I'm so excited meltdown, and this is exactly why we don't live off or overdose on caffeine pills. If you want real energy and mental clarity without the crash or crazy feeling, try Level Up by Life Happens. Check it out at lifehappens.com or on Amazon.
Girls, it is so nice to be part of a group again. And I'm having the best time, especially yesterday when we all got mammograms.
Can men get a mammogram? Yes. Can you get something called gynecomastia, and then there's always the potential of the dense tissue turning into cancerous tissue. In the US, 1% of all breast cancers are actually male. Ow!
If I have cancer, we're all going to Brazil.
The machine is awful.
How do you know about the machine?
Literally, it does this. It takes breast tissue and squashes the heck out of it. We're looking at it to basically be a screening tool looking for breast masses.
Yes, and there's so much to learn. For example, did you know that Jesus didn't really die on the cross?
So what was the cause of death?
Cocaine and severe trauma to the colon.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see those forms.
We're assuming trauma to the colon would be physical abuse, potentially. It wouldn't necessarily cause death. Cocaine basically can cause hardening of your arteries, can cause cardiac arrhythmias, and can cause cardiac abnormalities, potentially even death and heart attacks.
I know, honey, but if you give it a little time, I'm sure you'll get over her. Just like you got over your hamster dance Tourette syndrome.
Excuse me, Mom. Could you please pass it? Dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-do-do. Dee-da-dee-da-do.
Tourette's is abnormal movements, uncontrollable movements, or vocal things that an individual has that's like a tic. Treatment of Tourette's, trying to minimize the symptoms. There's behavioral changes, cognitive aspects. There are medications out there you can potentially try, and even like deep brain stimulators. So there's a lot of options.
His brain ain't right, but it's fun.
A lot of times Tourette's does improve into adulthood, so it calms down, but not all the time.
You're making a smart move, Quagmire, like I did when I wanted to get out of that boring meeting.
Which will offer us a good cost analysis comparison that I think we'll be able to utilize as we move forward into the next fiscal year.
Oh, Please do not stick things up your nose. People do come to the emergency department with foreign objects in the nose. Not necessarily bleeding due to a foreign object in the nose, either an infection or just a foreign body in there that typically we can get out. If we can't get it out, somebody can actually go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Hey, guys, I gotta leave. I got a nosebleed, and I don't work here.
This is a laceration to most likely nasal septum. There's a lot of blood vessels there. It's very frail. That's where most people bleed. Kesselbeck's plexus. So if you do get a nosebleed, remember, pinch your nose and lean forward. If you lean back, the blood's going to drip to the back of your throat. You're going to continue to swallow it. You might cause yourself to vomit because of the nausea that the blood causes when it's in your stomach.
All right, if that's what it takes to ride that ride, I am going on a diet. And I'm not stopping till I look as good as my great-aunt legs go all the way up, Griffin. Hey, baby.
Some people say they just have really, really long legs versus like torso. And it is true. Some people's legs are longer in proportion to their torsos and vice versa.
Do those legs go all the way up?
Why, yes, they do.
Oh my gosh. In medical school, we did gross anatomy. That's when you're doing dissections of a cadaver. Every single person was different. People have different anatomies and different structures. It is not abnormal.
My God, who could be at the door at this hour?
I don't know, but this late it's got to be bad news. Everyone knows you always get bad news in the middle of the night.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Huh? What?
You have cancer!
That is so messed up. So no, we don't do that. It is the job of the doctor when you do find cancer to tell an individual what you found. There are times when it might be in the middle of the night, but a majority of the time, individuals are awake at that hour. In the emergency department, the lights don't go out.
Okay, go back to sleep.
Wait, I have questions.
It's very late.
I always tell patients when we give you news, you will potentially feel the shock of it and go through a lot of different emotions really fast or none. And it's really important to write your questions down because sometimes you'll forget while we're there, but then remember when we leave.
I used to do the same thing to my parents. The problem is they pushed back, and the results were not good.
Mr. Peterschmidt, we pumped your daughter's stomach and we found vodka, Rohypnol, a fair amount of DNA that is not her own.
What? What? Oh my gosh. Pumping stomachs, we don't do that anymore. Trying to get all the contents out. So you're actually just putting most likely a nasogastric tube in to try to suck out contents.
And a class ring.
Harvard?
I think it was SUNY something?
Oh, I don't want to hear anymore.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. If we are concerned about something you might have ingested, a lot of times we will give charcoal, which needs to be done usually within the first hour of ingestion. You need to be kind of awake when that happens because we don't want to just put it in there and you increase the risk of aspiration, vomiting. Family Guy, I love Family Guy. They always have some unique scenes, clips, one-liners, or even whole skits relating to medicine. So really cool. And if you guys enjoyed this, definitely check out this playlist right here. Binge watch everything. And as always, do me a favor, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.